Say, man, you're in a privileged position right now. You're in a place to be.
With TKB, the Bushleague Sports Friends Fantasy Show.
When are you making them beats again?
Trenches. Come get some work on your free time. Nico Trenches, we train O-line and D-line. Getting sacks on quarterbacks, you know we live. When you kick at 45, keep your nose on his inside. You better punch something, keep your feet moving, dog. My 3 tech and 1 tech, they some real hoes. My DN 6'5", he ain't got no flaws. Good grades, good feet, man, he got it all. I said it crazy, he'll snatch something. Real aggressive jump set, he tryna grab something. If the old don't shoot their hands, you better jab some. You better stab some, bull then snatch some. From the youth to the pros, we get it in. If you ain't watching film, you ain't trying to win. If you close the beat gap, then you gotta spin. If you get around the edge, then you gotta bend. I'm in the trenches where the lineman at. I'm in the trenches where the lineman at.
When are you making them beats
I'm in the trenches where the lineman at. Where the lineman at. Where the lineman at. D tackle, do your dance. D ends, do your dance. Centers, do your dance. Guards, do your dance. Tackle, do your dance. I'm in the trenches where the lineman at. I'm in the trenches where the lineman at.
Welcome to the league, Team La Famiglia.
It's the doggy.
Team La Famiglia, hailing out of Milano, Italy, and all around the metaverse, will be competing in this tournament. The 14 members will have to work together to have the highest combined score and see if they can not only be the best in fashion, but the best in fantasy, while also having a mini tournament of their own. We'll see you on the fashion. Everyone who enters will get access to the Bushleague media project, as well as free fitness for the top contenders from my partner and legend, Joel Bam Bam Mills. Let's see you in the league.
Pro fitness, and let's go into the future healthy and together.
Show love on the real 5 bills, that's what it does. Boy, does she love the way that I rock on the microphone, cause I rock it this way. Make up, take up, break up, and shake up, take a fat puff from Dr. Bombay. If you feeling like a villain, then you feeling hard.
Say, man, you're in a privileged position right now. You're in a place to be.
All right, everybody, welcome to the third Bushleague Friends Fantasy Football Draft. I'm your host, TKB. I'm stoked to be here tonight. We're doing a draft with one of the greatest communities going, UNXD, La Famiglia. We're going to be drafting a team with a whole bunch of members from their community. One of the guys, Matt, is going to be up here joining me, co-hosting this. We might have some people popping in and out as we roll, but we're going to have all kinds of fun today, drafting a squad. Some people, it's their first. Some people have done a bunch. We'll tell you all about everything that's going on here, but I want to bring Matt up, say hi to him, and see how he's doing tonight. Matt, how's it going?
It's going great, man. I'm happy to be here, represent UNXD and Dolce & Gabbana family. Can't wait to get started. I'm happy to have everyone join. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, no, it's going to be good. Obviously, there's, like I said, there's some people have done them before. A lot of people, obviously, more European football fans, soccer fans, as some of us may call it. So it's really cool to see some people join it and want to be doing that. And obviously really cool to see you too, rocking the D&G Realta
Paralela.
You got the shirt rocking and rolling. We'll get into that later about how that project works and how we got the clothes redemptions and all that fun stuff, and get into a little bit of how that whole project unfolds, because obviously really fun project. Was able to get involved with that through the NFTs and really dive a lot more into Dolce and their universe and have a couple cases of clothes upstairs there. So it's pretty cool to have gotten all that from them. It's pretty rewarding so far.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. Can I tell you guys how great it was? I mean, the packaging was amazing. The clothes are amazing. The material, everything is just top notch. So yeah, if you can get your hands on Realta Paralela collection, definitely get your hands on it.
100%. We'll teach everybody how to a little later. It's definitely some just so good. I got a little bit underneath the jersey here. It's comfy. I'm loving it. Obviously tonight we're going to be drafting a league. We'll be drafting this. It was sleeper tonight. We'll be drafting a 12-team football league. Don't mind the 14 team. It said in the intro there, this is Bush League. So I put a lot of work into making that video. And when we had to make some adjustments and switch it down to 12, I didn't have no time to go back and redo it, but that, like I say, that's Bush League. I just get to always say, oh, that's Bush League. We'll just move on. Right? Love it.
Adjust it on the fly.
Yeah. We'll be drafted with the Sleeper League, though, which is one of the best fantasy football apps. As you can see there, some of the guys and myself were kind of sharing a little bit back and forth of the home trophies from our own league. So pretty cool to see everybody interacting there back and forth. But we'll be going into the draft room a little later. Everybody will have their position in here. They'll be able to pick their players. We'll kind of go through how queuing them all up and everything works. It'd be fun to get into that. But for those that haven't done it before, obviously, Matt, and again, thanks to you, you kind of helped me do a test run when I was pioneering it last year with just 1 or 2 leagues, obviously trying to kind of see how it would work with the social interactions, giving people fab in the league. Now this year, adding on the layer of kind of actually having a tournament, having the tech where people can share about Bushleague and UNXD, get rewarded on the website via points, and then that'll come right into the league. So a big thank you to you for helping me with the little test run last year, and I'm stoked to have you back this year to do it all. But obviously everybody's got their own team there. Where are you drafting?
Who am I drafting, or where am I drafting? I'm drafting number 8. Number 8. I got the 8th pick in the draft.
Nice.
Kind of like towards the end, but not all the way at the end of the first round. So yeah, we'll see.
I ended up right at the tail. I got 12. So we'll see how it goes. 12. I always like it there better. You can kind of double up on the back end, but you can see everybody's got their team set up. I'd asked everybody to kind of set a team name and set a profile picture kind of relation to the project, because one cool thing, website will be probably live in the next day or two. And when that website goes live, all these leagues are going to stream to it. So every person's kind of PFP or name will almost kind of be an ad or, a way to help market that project by people coming, checking out fantasy sports. And now, oh, hey, all these different leagues or communities are rubbing off on them, right? Because everybody always talks about, let's find ways to bridge the mainstream into it. Well, you have to find ways to attract them, right? So if we can cross those portals over time and have people come and be like, I'm really interested in fantasy sports. I want to play in the Bush League. I want to get involved in some of their future leagues. Who's playing already? Oh, UNXD, Bush League, NFT Pro, all these different things. And hopefully just the leagues themselves are almost a natural way for people to see things. And again, just let's grow it out, bring people together and have some fun. And that's what I wanted to do with the tournament, is just bring people together, get them bantering. As you know, when you do this league, you got to get a little bit more interaction between your friends, and you might the rest of the year, you're all kind of competitive a little bit and bugging each other a bit. So I look forward to doing that.
Yeah, that's the best part. I mean, that's what Web3 is about, right? You're bringing everyone together, and that's what this league does. I mean, you're bringing everyone together for, it gets competitive. It's fun, and it's a good interaction with everyone, and you get to meet new people, talk to new people, and it's done in a fun way and competitive way.
No, for sure. And obviously I was just noticed I was sharing the StreamYard link. So if anybody watches it, if you're watching live, I guess just come try and join us. I just showed you the link in the background. And if you're late, well, too bad, but you got to love it. I just noticed that. But no, obviously what we'll be doing here is we'll be drafting a team. So what we do is each person has their own squad, and you're going to pick your own players out of players in real life NFL team, whether maybe it's players from your favorite team or players from different teams that are successful or who you think are going to be the best, and end up putting together your own squad that'll compete week to week against your friend's squad. So for this, we'll be drafting 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end. There's a flex position. As you can see, it says WRT, which symbolizes those 3. It can be any one of those: kicker, defense, and we'll get into kind of all those picks in the draft room. And then you got 6 bench and room for some injured players. And from there, you can see the league. You'll be able to come in, check the standings, check matchups, different things like that. One of the things I want to point out too that we do that's an option on Sleeper app that I love, and again, you probably partook with it a little bit, Matt, last year, was we do the league median scoring. So where you see that 0-0 now, normally at the end of the week, you're going to have a win, a loss, right? So everybody comes away 1-0 or 0-1 or whatever like that. One thing we do is we run the league median scoring. And so what that does is it awards the top half of the league. So in this, where there's 12 people, the top 6 scores every week are going to be awarded an extra bonus. It's kind of a league median win. If I actually go into one of my other leagues here, I'll just pull it up. It should show me where in the standings, or I guess it's more that thing might be more on my phone. So I apologize if I don't have it pulled up, but a lot of times it'll show you where in the league you need to go with your points to get above that median. So say the average score each week is 180. You're going to want to get above that in order to be able to get that other win. And what that does is it just really evens things out, right? If you've ever played fantasy, you've probably been in a position where you're like the second or third highest scoring team on the league, but you go up against the best team in the league, you take a loss, and there's some guy with a dusty squad, like 80 points, and he gets a win. And you're like, how fair is that? And
somehow you verse the hottest team of the week every single week. Even though you're scoring a lot, you're scoring 150, 170, whatever the case is, but your opponents, your strength of schedule is just so strong that you end up not getting that same record. So that's why I think this is great when you have the median average scoring, because if you score above that, well, you get rewarded.
Yeah, no, I think it, like I said, it just kind of keeps the league even. Like we had last year, one of the ladies in the league, she ended up literally second or third highest score in the league, first 5 weeks in a row, lost every time, right?
Wow.
But kind of got that league median. And it was crazy. We were talking about it last night on the draft because she was there. She ended up winning the league in the end, actually. But it was just crazy because in the first 5 weeks, I think it was like 7.5 points total of like all 5 weeks is what she lost by, like half a point and a half. And so like that league median kind of kept it even, and it was cool. So some people, if you come out the first week and you're like, oh, why am I 2-0? Like what's going on here? Just going to be a byproduct of the league giving you that extra win, which again, I think is something really, really useful. And I keep showing everybody the link, but whatever, way she goes. But now that everybody knows how to do that, you can always go in, look through the players. There's different trends. It'll show you trades if people are doing trades or different other things. Definitely pull up the draft room.
Let's pull it up.
So I see we got a whole bunch of folks here. Seems like me and yourself are in the league. A lot of times you can see when everybody's in the league. Now I know for some people over in Europe it's pretty late at night there, but I don't know if we want to ping a few people, see if they want to hop in, join, get in there. Otherwise we'll end up having a fast draft if everybody's auto drafting. But once we do get into it, the way the draft works is you kind of have your pool of players that you can pick from. So we can expand the board right now and look over it. And when you go through all the players, you can see what it's going to do is kind of give you an average rank of players. A lot of times that rank is going off of ADP, which is the average draft position of where those players are being taken by most of the people that are partaking or drafting, or it goes out of the data bank of the thousands of drafts everybody's kind of done in the past. And from there, you can pick your players. You can select players to put in your queue. So say you're wanting to keep track of who you think is a good player, you can put them. They're going to show up over here. Aside from that, you can also kind of organize things, get prepared for your other picks. If you have to step away, like some of these people are at work or different things, they're unable to attend the draft, you can always go in ahead of time to set your queue, and it's going to pick your favorite players for you and throw them in when it comes your turn. Otherwise, it'll take top of the order. And you've been through them a few times. Hey, did you use Sleeper before we tried it last year?
I actually did. I was in a league that I actually ended up winning. I played that league. That was a continuous league for like, I don't know, we did it like 5 years, the same guys for the most part. But eventually I ended up, after I won, I retired. I retired with the championship from that league. And then, so I had experience with this league. And we used to do, what we used to do with that league was you were able to keep one player from 1 year to the next year. I forget what it's called, but.
A keeper league, yeah.
The keeper league, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we have one we did. We actually drafted it about a week ago. Where we keep 5 every year, and then we also have a dynasty league where you keep your whole team, and then every year we just draft.
Yeah, dynasties.
Rookies.
Dynasties are pretty cool, different.
Yeah, it's me and the boys started like with leagues like this, and then over time we kind of graduated to let's do keeper leagues because we're like, well, get a little more serious, and then we're like, well, let's go all the way, and eventually end up having. It's
cool. Yeah, when you're trying these new different ways to do different leagues, it just makes things interesting, you know?
How's it going, David?
What's going on, guys?
The man with the plan, baby.
Going, my man. Good to see you. Good to have you. I'm stoked to finally put a face to you here. I know we've been chatting a lot over time, so it's cool to see you.
For sure.
This guy
is that?
There's LL Bean.
LL Bean, I was looking.
Oh, one of my buddies in the draft yesterday, his nickname's Bean. He'd love that hat. Chuck's been there. He said he wanted a show. Now we got one. But
speaking into existence.
Yeah, there you go. But obviously, once we get into some of the UNXD stuff a little later too, well, we might have to get into. We know you're one of the biggest holders and have some of the most gear out there. I see new PS backed up some goodies for you.
Oh, dude, you ready?
Boxes. Yeah, let's see.
It's just racks upon racks, bro.
I love it. I love it.
Ridiculous. Can't wait to get my sneakers.
I'll be pulling mine out a little later for sure, because obviously some of the nicest threads I have. I meant to grab my sunglasses. I don't know where I put them. I realized the other day this old pair of sunglasses, I've had them for like 12 years, and they're just this wireframe glasses. They've never broken. They're never anything. I've replaced one of the nose pieces on them, and I was like, oh, these are Dolce, like, because obviously a lot of these clothes I have is some of the first Dolce stuff I've personally owned, aside from maybe one or two items across the way. And I was like, man, well, this gear is obviously good. Every pair of glasses I have breaks, and I got these things. Here we are 12, 13 years later, they're still one piece somehow. And TMD, if you're there, I'm trying to bring you up, but it says your device isn't connected. So if you're down there, maybe come down, try to reconnect, or see if it's your mic or your camera's not connected. We'll get you up. We'll get you buzzing.
Let's get them up here, man.
So you've done a draft before? Have you done one?
No, I've never done this before.
What's more your sport? Like, what's kind of your go-to sport?
AC.
No, not AC. Inter Milan.
I know. I was just messing with you.
I know, man.
Kind of
you know me.
European football guy, though, kind of a soccer.
Yeah. It's crazy.
One thing I was saying too, and actually funny, my buddy Bean there, he's a big European soccer fan, and there's, like, we play fantasy baseball, we play fantasy football, we play fantasy hockey. I was saying this to some of my friends last night. Like, obviously I'm Canadian, so I grew up on hockey, right? I started drafting with my dad when I was a little kid, doing some of his drafts. Oh, there's TMD. We'll bring him up. Say hi. Drop him in. How's it going, man? Nice to have you.
Hello, guys. What's going on, brother?
Look to see to have you. Yeah, so like I started doing hockey drafts and stuff, right? And then from there, kind of eventually some of the boys were like, hey, you gotta come like do football draft. And I was like, I don't even watch football. I've never watched, like, really in my life. Like, I understood it because I watched CFL, not really NFL at all. And I literally entirely learned the NFL through drafting and through being like, okay, well, now I'm invested in like my team and the players and knowing who's who. And all of a sudden here I am like 10 years later, and I know every person in the league, and it's one of my like favorite pastimes. But I think one thing that I want to be able to do too is through the project I'm trying to build and building out these tournaments and be able to have all these different sports things for people is go, okay, UNXD, you guys like soccer. Let's make sure that we build out a way to do soccer fantasy, right? Because same thing, if you're a soccer fan, it just makes it so much funner. And if I can turn European football, like, the actual game played by your feet football, that'd be cool to make a league for UNXD that can participate in that or whatever, right? And have other communities come and do that. But TMD, thanks for joining us. Where are you coming at? And have you done one of these before, or did I sneak you into this?
Never done one of these. I'm from the Netherlands, by the way.
Nice.
So it's late there. Dang,
At 2 o'clock, at 2 a.m.
Oh, well, thanks for the late night commitment. I was kind of trying to find it's so hard, especially, doing these drafts with people all over the place, trying to find a happy medium for everybody. So I know I had put a poll out being like, okay, like, are more people in US or Europe? Because I was going to, if the majority was Europe, I was going to make the commitment and do the 2 a.m. So but here we are. And thank you so much for
That's no problem. At least it's Saturday, so it's quite easy.
Yeah,
That's the good part. Yeah.
And well, obviously, any questions you have or whatever about it, but a lot of it's about building the team, and from there, just all through the year we chat about it, have some fun with it, do whatever, and we'll have different prizes and stuff on the line. Obviously, everybody that joins, for me, it's a bit of a test run where I want to have these leagues token gated in the future, where when you have a Bushleague token, you can come in now, you can participate in these fantasies for free by connecting the token, and also have that same token connect to our fitness company. So everybody who's in the league is also going to get a free online fitness membership for joining as a thank you. And then we'll be giving away some NFTs and different stuff. UNXD's actually stepped up and said they're going to be donating some Real per clothing, which is amazing. So the winner of this is going to go away with a shirt. And then, as most of you know, in this tournament format, we're going to be taking everybody's score in the league, combining it to make a total for Team UNXD. You guys obviously I ended up joining the team. We wanted to fill one more spot, so you got a ringer in there, so that'll help you out a little bit for sure. But that combined score is going to go to a total against all other communities. And in the end, whoever has the highest score there, and I really wish I could show you guys the website, go through how it's all working. We just a couple tech snags, so we're a few days out from opening it. But I'll make sure I send the link out to you guys and get it all over to you in a bit. But it'll post that high score there, and whichever community in the end of this has the highest community leaderboard score is going to win another prize package. And what that's going to be is a pool of all the NFTs. Every community's donated an extra one, right? So say the VSE community or Shredding Sassy, they're all going to win an NFT from their community. But then there's one going to the prize pool, as well as a sweater from the UNXD Realta Paralela collection is also, that's a tongue twister. I almost get caught up every time I say it. I was so stoked I just got through that one. I'm going to be honest right now. And there's just going to be a prize pool. That two of my buddies are also giving out some prize pools, like Rudy. You know Rudy. He's stepped up. He's going to be donating some of his board treats to everyone in the winning community, as well as another friend of mine who would be donating some French chocolates, both Bored Apes doing their IP licensing stuff. And so by the end of this, who knows? I'm hoping we can have some fun, bring people on, have a lot of people interested, and maybe have a really big prize package at the end of it all. But either way, I'm excited to be here with you guys and excited to be kind of getting into all this. And obviously, if you guys have questions along the way, it's Bushleague. We can pause, we can start, we can do whatever we want. But at the end of it all, I guess one thing I say when I was telling everybody else is, if you have like a preference in your heart of what team you like, then sometimes you want to go for those players. But a lot of the time, it's you kind of want to get the best player. The most value is trying to get, like, I think running backs or wide receivers early. The like top quarterbacks are great to have. If you don't get one of the first 2 or 3, usually kind of wait a little bit. Yesterday, one of the drafts, I was laughing at my buddies because they picked some quarterbacks early, saying like you shouldn't do that. And then like 4 picks later, one of the guys came to me and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to fall on my own word 2 minutes. And just ended up, what do you do? But if you guys want to get started up, we definitely start. If anybody has any questions, I would love to go over them and teach you guys. I'm stoked to have a few new people doing the leagues and get competitive.
Okay, so if I understand this correctly, everyone is just going to choose a player until we've got our own team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So as it goes, it'll populate. I guess that's good. Now, next time, one of the future shows, I said have a little graphic popped up to show you all the picking. But yeah, it's going to go one at a time. It'll start at first pick, go left to right. When it gets to the end, it reverses the other way. That's kind of how you keep the picks even. And in the end, everybody will have their own team. And it's kind of like, obviously, what would your favorite sport be? Like European football?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so same as like, you know, when they draft the players or bring in young players at the start of the year, they pick from a pool A. Here's people coming out of college or coming out of university, they're entering the league, and all the teams pick the young player. This is like the same thing. You're just picking your own team from the players in the league, and that's why it's called fantasy. You're creating your own. You end up creating your own team out of your favorite players, kind of thing. And then every week you're going to get points depending how many yards they get, touchdowns, catches, things like that. And the sleeper app's really fun because especially on your mobile, they got little graphics that play it. You see your score going up, and it's just fun. It gives you a reason to kind of be like, I beat you at the end of the week and interact.
All right, and you're getting your points depending on how they are doing in real life, right?
Yeah, how they perform.
Yeah.
And so, like,
my mates are doing a fantasy leagues with European football, so I'm hearing
nice. Well, we'll have to, and that seems like a popular thing. So it's something I definitely want to integrate into this in the future, is definitely having soccer or European football involved in it for sure, because it'd be pretty fun thing. But that's a reason why like you have a bench and stuff, right? Because like guys are going to get injured, so you might have to play someone else, or there's going to be a week where that team doesn't play, and so then you kind of got to switch your roster. So say like, there's no point having 4 quarterbacks because you can only play 1, right? So maybe you have 2 so that you have 1 on your bench or something, right? But position like a running back or a wide receiver where you can play 3 of them at a time. Well, you probably want 4 or 5 of them on your roster so that you can have the ability to switch them out. And then what happens is each week, and that's the one thing that I'm kind of incorporating as a layer to help grow interactivity between communities and stuff like that, is one thing that you're going to be able to do is every week, at the end of the week, you can pick up players. So say someone gets injured or whatever, everybody who doesn't get drafted is in like a free agent pool. So they're a free agent at the end of the week. You can pick them up. And how that works is you'll go in the league and you'll see that there's a waiver budget, and it's let me if I can pull it up. It's very easy to see on mobile. That's the one thing. Super app doesn't necessarily show quite good, but you can see it here if you look between the players. And so I shouldn't say maybe it doesn't show good. I just got to open my eyes a little bit. But you can see waiver there. You can see I gave $20 to everybody who's set team and pitcher. And what that waiver does is you'll be able to use that money every week. It's just a fake currency that's in the game to bid on players. So whoever bids the most would get that player. So say you're bidding on, say one of your guys gets injured and you want his replacement that's going to have that job now. Well, you can use your waiver money to bid on them. And what I'm integrating, and I'll be sending a link out to all the leagues soon as the website's up and running, you'll be able to go in, sign up. It's going to track your social media interactions. So then with Bushleague, we'll put out tweets about stats and updates that are going on with the leagues. So now you can interact with our social media accounts. We'll be tagging stuff about, say, Dolce, like, and you can interact with the community or just the Bushleague stuff itself, and it'll give you points to leaderboard. Every week, that leaderboard, we're going to have a ranking system, and depending where you're ranked on the leaderboard, we'll give money in the league. So you can play the league. Don't have to do that if you don't want to. Play fantasy, do all your stuff. But if you want a better chance to win, the more you help UNXD or Bushleague, the more social rewards you get, and that's rewarded in league through Fab, and you can use that to buy players. And it's something I really think that as time goes on through any sport, whether it's fantasy, like football, baseball, anything, I think it can actually be eventually a really great marketing tool for businesses or different things where like, okay, now you're advertising for this project or that. As you do it, people in your fantasy leagues are being rewarded. And something that maybe we shouldn't give out all our secrets. These big companies take them from us, but that's something that we can be at the forefront of. And then when you can do something like that and create a business model, I think like that with fantasy, your token holders get the most rewards because that's a business anybody can use. Anybody can come play fantasy. Anybody can share on socials. Anybody can get rewarded Fab token or not, but those leagues are all free for token holders, things like that, right? So something we want to do. So you'll see that at the end of the week, you'll be able to get extra points, go in and bid on players and stuff like that. And again, I'm here along the way. Obviously, I would love for anybody to hop into the Bushleague Discord. We have a sports room in there. It's just the easiest place for me to keep all 100 people organized. Come chat with me, ask me any questions. I can link you to anything, give me answers. Obviously, a really good place to chat. Same as in the UNXD chat room, wherever. One of those two places. Easy place for us to keep in touch and be able to communicate, have questions, help you. Sometimes I got like 70 people trying to DM me or something like, wait, what's this? And I'm like, I can't keep up with it. Let's just do it in one so I can answer for everybody. And that'd probably be something that'll be helpful throughout the season because I try to do a lot of it myself. But I'd love to get into this draft and get started and see how it goes if you guys want to get into it.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
And yeah, I ended up with last pick, which it's funny because in my league, I ended up first pick. So as soon as I randomized it, my name's first. It didn't take 12 seconds for the boys to be tweeting me, oh, yeah, sure, rigged, blah, blah. I'm like, of course, right? But so here I ended up last. That's perfect. I was fearing if it happened again, everybody would think this whole system's just rigged, right? So yeah, I'll bring this down for now. That's the other thing too. When I'm drafted with you, you guys will be able to see all my picks and plans along the way. So it's just it's a dead giveaway, but we will.
Quarterbacks and wide receivers, right?
Running backs and wide receivers. Some advice: probably take them first because they have higher value. Quarterbacks. I mean, after the first couple, there's a big drop off usually. So once the first couple go, you probably want to, stay away and keep going with the running backs and wide receivers for the first couple picks. And then, some advice: running backs, wide receivers, much more valuable.
Okay, good. That's fantastic.
And boom, we are off. And shouts to my friend Suburban for most of the art. And that picture you just seen, that's actually a Luna AI. I took the box from. I guess the picture's still there. I didn't pull the screen up. There we go. But that box is a Luna AI picture. I took the Dolce box that we'll show people. That was a little later, and made some images and different art renders out of it to try and make the league a little funner. Make sure you guys had your own.
Pretty cool.
You see the stuff I made at the start there? It's kind of fun. It took me a long time to learn how to do it all and make it, but it's kind of
it's exciting. You had the music, you had this guy talk and this guy talk, and then you came with the helmet. So the intro was pretty, it's cool.
Well, and a lot of those clips too. So it's something I've been sitting on for a while, and I have other artists that I plan to try to show as well down the road. But those are all NFT tracks from Snoop that I was able to buy, get my hands on, and have the rights to use. So it's really cool, again, what NFTs can do with ownership and stuff like that. Jamar Chase, first overall. So that tells me that if nothing else, because Justin Jefferson's first in the ADP, if you pull it up, that tells me that even though our friend Sleeper Fantasy wasn't able to join us tonight, he definitely set his own draft board, because he would have had to queue Jamar Chase up first for him to go first. So even though you can't be there, you can tell you're drafting in spirit. So thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. But Justin Jefferson, that's who I ended up taking first when I did the draft with the boys the other night. We ended up going down that road.
Not a bad move.
For you guys who don't watch football, he's like the Messi right now. He just unstoppable.
I don't know if he's Messi yet, but he's been unstoppable. That takes a lot of time.
That's fair. He's not Messi, but he's the hottest kid in town right now. That's for sure.
Definitely. 100%.
That's like a very big title.
I agree.
It's like who's the other one?
Messi's like Michael Jordan. It's like, the best.
Yeah, basically.
Who's the one from France?
Mbappe?
Yeah, it's like him. He's like him. He's a hot young stud, and he's like unstoppable right now. He's like every night putting up 2-3 TDs, which is like, if you can get 6 in a year is amazing, and he's busting out like 7 in 3 nights sometimes, right?
Yeah, the dude's pretty damn good.
Oh, and so it seems like everybody who hasn't made a pick, our 2 so far, have set their own queue, because those are definitely picks. You can tell they kind of trying to build out their own roster. Travis Kelce, one of the top 3 tight ends in the game. Tight ends, obviously guys who either play blocking for the quarterback, kind of protecting him, or out catching the ball, making plays. And he's one of like the 3 that are like the best in the league. If you look at the queue I pulled up there, I'll see if I can see it over top of my here. If I switch to this view, you can see my queue there. So McCaffrey, everybody has set their own queue at the very least. So shouts to everybody who's probably sleeping on like UTMD. They just kind of set it and tuck themselves in, and can't really blame them probably. So you're going to get some bonus points out of me for sure. I appreciate it.
All right, amazing.
And let's say again, where were you at? I can't remember if I asked exactly where you were residing out of.
Yeah, from New York.
New York, nice. Okay, yeah. So it's about 8:00, 8:30.
Yep. Wait, where are you? I thought you were in like the Boston area.
No, I'm Saskatchewan. I'm in Canada. I'm on the west side, kind of west.
Okay. How did you become a Red Wings fan then?
Honestly, like big hockey fan as a kid growing up, right? So for me, Red Wings, I started playing hockey 5 or 6 years old, I would say. And as a Canadian kid, drawn to Toronto naturally, right? At the time though, I ended up kind of becoming a goalie, and Detroit had like Chris Osgood, and they had Yzerman, they had all these great players, and I think Hasek ended up going there. And when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and then one of these, actually this jersey right here, that's a signed Shanahan from 1998. I have the 1997. So 1997, I'd have been 10 years old, and the Red Wings won their first cup. It was like my second or third year in hockey. I kind of had an attraction to them, and I was like, "Mom, like I'm a Red Wings fan now." And she's like, "No, like we just put up the Toronto Maple Leafs banners around the room. Like you're no, And I'm like, "No, I'm a Red Wings fan."
I'm from New York, but I love the Canucks, man. So
Nice, that's awesome.
Pavel Bure, man, that's what got me.
Oh, Pavel was an absolute stud back in the day. Like one of the best players for sure. But yeah, so then obviously from that, the next year they won it again, and I'm like, I told you, Mom, and I've been hooked ever since. Like they went on a good run. All my buddies are like, "Oh, they're so bad now," and I'm like, "I got 25 years of glory. I'm okay. Like I'll take what I got, and run with it now." Great boy is in here. Let's go. He didn't know what to do, but he ended up with one of the best.
Can't go wrong with the game breaker there, Tyreek Hill.
He's the fastest player. So Tyreek is like, he's the fastest player in the game, like literally actually the fastest. Okay. He makes a lot of big plays. He's pretty quick, and he used to play with Kansas, which is a really good squad, and he's a pretty good team.
It's my turn now.
Todd's got Jefferson.
I'll go this tough one.
Should
I go CD Lamb?
I don't know. It depends if you're a big Dallas fan. I mean, Cup's still there. He's a pretty big
Cup
star.
is awesome. Yeah.
A couple good
receivers.
CD
Lamb.
Diggs is big too. Nice Lamb.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. He gets the big dog.
Okay.
He's easily one of the best players in the NFL. No question about it.
Cup is awesome.
Yeah.
I bet the Dallas Cowboys to win it all this year, so I'm rocking with the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, you got to put your money or your heart where your money is, or however you want.
However you want to spin it.
Gonna choose a wide receiver.
Diggs, yeah, like Diggs is. I would say that to me, Jefferson, Chase. I mean, those five guys. I would say Lamb is outside the top five for me. Good on you, Maddie, if that's where your heart is.
Diggs is like the Ronaldo, right?
I think Lamb has a great year.
Ronaldo, yeah. Diggs is really good though. Like really.
Okay. Awesome.
And now I'm up. I'm on the clock, so we get to see what I'm doing. So Barkley, UNXD, Brett Hall sniped it up. We got a few people that have joined the room now, so thank you all. And if you're watching live or not, thank you guys for joining us, and thank everybody that's there. But I better snap a couple picks off. So I'm on the turn here. I've been taking some quarterbacks, never in the first. It's nice to see Mahomes go there. I've been taking some later.
I know, right?
Sasha picking Mahomes.
I should take a wide right because you guys have loaded up. But what I'm going to do, because they're sitting there, I'm going to take some running backs. I'm going to go ahead. Chubb is an absolute stud. I'm going to take Henry. I know I want Derrick Henry. And what do we? I don't know. Do I take the rookie? Everybody's so high on the rookie Bijan. So Derrick Henry for you guys is he's been the best in the league. 2,000 yards. Like he's been on fire.
He's a tank. Yeah.
He's just the thickest dude. And he got injured last year, so everybody's a little down on him because a lot of times when a running back gets hurt in the NFL, it tends to happen again. Everyone's a little down on him, but he's literally probably the number one, as well as Christian McCaffrey. The reason everyone's down on him is the same reason. That happened 2 years ago. This year he's kind of back on top of the draft board. Nick Chubb's really, really, really good. One of the best. He's been like 1,000 yards, 1,500 yards. But Bijan is brand new. He's a rookie, first year, supposed to be all-star, bright, shiny object. I think I'm going to take that. I somehow burnt all 50 seconds of most of this pick, chatting it, and still managed to get that exclamation and pull it off. Someone sign me. Give me a network. Me and Maltepe's report. We need a network.
Coming soon. I shoot the first episode Tuesday. I have 2 guests, and yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited to show you guys what
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like, I like the idea because one thing I wanted to get into eventually is maybe like Bushleague news or something, but then like actually tell real news and not stuff, but it's called Bushleague. Just like what? But like at some, which I'm sure you'll be doing, is kind of telling a lot of actual stuff that actually helps the world.
So my thing is bringing the world to you, but not just that, bringing the world together. I think that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
know?
I love it, man. That's what Bush League's all about too, man. Same as bringing these communities, bringing everybody together. It's what the world needs a little more of.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope I don't regret not taking Nick Chubb there. I probably should have. TMD. I'm not saying that's who I would take if he came to you, but I'm saying that's probably who I would take.
Well,
Or you could stack up, but I'm not going to influence you. I'll shut up.
you're making some good
Who are you
suggestions.
thinking? Who are you thinking? What was on your head?
I mean, like I was thinking about Nick Chubbs.
It's good to you already have one of the best wide receivers, so it might not hurt to have one of the best at the other position too, right? Because it's really hard to sometimes come by those top 10 guys.
Yeah, I think I will go with Chubb.
Man, it took my guy. That's my guy, Chubb.
Oh, see, that's where you're supposed to come in and be like, you tell him anybody else. You'd be like, no, dude, like the best
I
guy.
wasn't gonna do it. It's his first time. I wasn't gonna do that.
Oh boy. I'm really torn on Jalen Hurts, man, because they made those rule changes that are really gonna affect the Eagles this year, you know?
Uh-oh. He's been paying attention. He's been taking notes. He's been studying.
Okay.
All right. I guess I'm just gonna go with New York Buffalo Bills. Let's go, Josh Allen.
You can't go wrong with that. And nice to see AJ Brown go off the board. That is the first player in the likeness of the Eagles, which is the team we kind of rendered all the UNXD La Famiglia stuff to be in likeness of there. I think, Maddie, that was the squad you mentioned. So we used the likeness. So here's the first player to go off the board in the likeness. Same team. AJ Brown.
Who should I get? I don't even know. Josh Jacobs, not my thing. I would get Taylor, but who knows if he plays?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he probably will, but it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, Josh Jacobs too. He's in the same position too. But
how much time going on? Oh, shit. 16 seconds.
Depends on.
We'll just go.
Lamb, you can go Adams. You got options.
We'll go. I guess we're gonna have to go Adams.
Nice, stacked up the receivers. Sasha, we got Sasha. Sasha is the biggest sweetheart in the world.
She's the best.
Yeah, she is.
So kind, great, right beside her is also on the squad. They have been two of the kindest, most genuine people to deal with. Obviously, for me, super honored to even be doing this league or even have the option where UNXD considered to allow me, some guy who's been in their server supporting the project for a year and a half, to even allow their community to be involved with this. So honored. Thank you guys for rooting for me. Thank you guys for filling the spots so we can make it happen. I just appreciate you both so much, and you've been so kind and helpful, and I cannot express it enough. And I wish they were both here. I kept pestering Grape. He was probably getting annoyed. I'm like, just get in the league. And he's like, we'll see. I want to leave some spot because I wanted to get him in there. I was hoping he would join the show and we could kind of just bug them because they've never done it before and have a little fun with them. But I think throughout the year, I'm hoping it grows on them. I'm hoping it doesn't annoy them. I'm hoping they have some fun with it and they want to do it again next year and they get a good understanding for it.
Yeah, I mean, we do have some people online. They're on the drafting, which is pretty cool.
Whoa.
So obviously, St. Brown and Waddle, they're both great. So Andrews is a great pick. The other one of the good tight ends, same thing. I would say like Kittle is one of the other great ones. Hawkinson and Waller, people would argue, but those are great picks to have, Andrews and Kels. And we'll see what ends up happening on the turn. We got back-to-backs.
All I know is I'm lacking in the running back. Damn, took Pollard.
Good.
Damn,
Pollard. You don't get the Dallas combo now. You got Pollard, but Devontae Smith. So we got two of the Philly squad going off early.
Mm.
Right? And early.
Smith, Jalen Hurts.
Which is
like
like
the Philadelphia
team on
Eagles.
NFL.
Jalen Hurts, they got the whole squad.
What did you say?
All the top three of the Eagles are gone. Oh, that auto pick is fast. Slow it down for us, Sasha. Slow it down. But we got some great picks there. Taylor, Harris, both great picks. Harris is obviously Pittsburgh's guy. Olave, a young guy. It's his second year in the league. And Metcalf. So Metcalf, so you know how we talk about Derrick Henry and how he's just like a tank, like is I would say Metcalf maybe isn't like the number one producer in the league, but he's a specimen. Like he's an absolute
physically talented, yeah.
Just probably the one of the most cut people in the league. He's just
faster, stronger, taller, bigger.
Like you look at him and you're like, wow, what can you say?
All right, let's see. I guess
good looking dude. You might think, but and take it
TKB,
from him.
How did you become a Broncos fan, my friend?
Broncos is kind of more just, you know, I told you my buddies got me into a league over time, like 10 years ago, and I kind of just got into football.
Damn, that's what I was taking, because I'm actually a Jaguars fan.
I just kind of got into it, and at the time I was like, okay, well, what's my team going to be? And I really like the Broncos, really like Von Miller. It's actually a Von Miller jersey. And then I really like Peyton Manning. And so within my first year or two of like kind of really taking football serious, Manning went to the Broncos, and I'm like, I guess this is my team now. And here I am. And so it's actually been pretty cool because I got like a local weather. It's a project I got involved with through being involved in VFriends and Vayner Sports. It's a sports drink that like Gary and AJ invested in with Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson, when they launched it, obviously went to the Broncos, right? And so now I'm like, this is really cool that I'm a Broncos fan. And so then they did a giveaway, and I actually here I'll throw it on for my picks. I ended up winning this helmet. It's a signed Russ Wilson Broncos helmet. I'm absolutely
badass.
Oh
yeah, it's like one of the first helmets he signed when he went over. I'm wearing it for a couple picks. Let's see.
Have you ever been to the stadium?
Pardon?
Have you been to the Broncos stadium?
No, I'll get into that in a second. I'll be going in a month or so. I'm pretty stoked about it.
That's awesome.
Mondre Stevenson went. So I got a pick. I don't know if I want to. If Jackson was still there, if you didn't take him, Crip, I would have took him. So that's a great pick.
yes.
If he's there at the end of the third round, I think that's a guy I take.
I love to be that one annoying guy that takes all
taking everyone's players.
Yes.
I don't know if I should take if I should take a wide receiver, I think I'm going to take Deebo Samuel. He's an animal. He's a really good, well-versed player. Kittle's gone. So again, like if one of these guys was here, if you guys didn't take my guys, I should shut up. Don't know what's going on, kid. I would take them, but I think that I'm going to have to go. I think I might have to take another running back, really get stacked up over here because Jamar Gibbs is another rookie. I guess I'm rookie back central. Yeah, that's where I am. I'm rookie back central.
Okay.
Rolling. Nice to pull out the Russ for a pick or two. But yeah, no, this thing it's sweet, man. I won that. I got the signed Russ. I was absolutely stoked on it. And then they did another giveaway to win one of the VSP black cards, which is look at I got the nice helmet head on now. Which is one of like the higher cards in the VSP ecosystem. And there was a raffle for a signed Russ Wilson jersey, like the second item he gave away through local weather. Someone I know won it, and then they ended up hooking me up with it. So I'm not wearing it right now, but just pretty kind of cool. So like being a Broncos fan has paid off even in NFTs somehow. And that sports drink's actually coming out soon. So I'll be stoked to do that and ideally get it in the hands of everybody out there. It's going to be a great beverage. Comes in tin can or like a tin container, not canner, but obviously kind of like Liquid Death, right? Fully recyclable and fully healthy. Let's say I'm chatting right through your pick. Who you guys end up?
Yeah, Mixon, you took my guy again.
What does ADP stand for? That's the only thing I don't know on here.
What does ADP means? Average draft position. So that depends. Like of all the drafts ever done this year on Sleeper, they just every app has that. Well, not every app, but I'm too poor. I don't have yet Bushleague, but they have the data bank, and the average draft position just pools where everybody's picked. So and it kind of just creates an ecosystem, and it makes it so someone like you and UNXD come in there and not just look at a roster blankly and go, what the hell's going on here? And just go off a ranking that is based off one or two teams that decide to rank it in this order for you. It just kind of makes it, I mean, I guess you turn into the mob. You're just following the rest of the people, like the people, right? But no, it creates a pool at the average draft position, and that's what a lot of rankings are based off of. You can click through some stuff and like switch to just a pure ranking system, but for the most part, it's going to base it off ADP. Yeah, Mixon's a guy I was thinking about taking instead of Gibbs. Oh, here we go through the fast lane. Rip through Burrow, Hall, Walker, McLaurin. Everybody's getting some juicy picks. Walker, see how he does over in Seattle. Hall, another young guy with the Jets, but they did just get Dalvin Cook, who is one of the best in the game. So we'll see how that works out for him and Hall, if they split time or what goes on, because that's one thing too. In this, when you have a running back who's the time guy, that's a guy you want, right? So that's why I suggested someone like Chubb or something like that, because there's a lot of teams that split it down the middle 50-50. So you don't know who's going to get the yards that night or who's going to get the touchdown that night. Those guys that just, they give them the ball every time, 25 times a game. Those are, like I said, there's only 7 or 8 of them you want. If you get one of them, it's good to have. But every year it changes, right? There's 1 or 2 guys that become that guy, and the landscape changes a little bit, right? A lot faster than you would think too. Hopkins and Fields. So Sleeper he's got a full team there. He's going to need some more running backs, but he's got a squad now. He's got Fields. The top like 5-6 quarterbacks are all off the table. Cooper's a good pick. I got him in my keeper league. I actually literally thought about taking him where I took Debo. Just got away with not having to. Jerry Jeudy from the Broncos. Let's go. Let's say what team you root for in the NFL.
Jaguars. I was gonna pick Lawrence this round.
Go for it. Oh,
nice shot.
That rip out of there. Man, like obviously he's you guys got some big talent there, right? He's one of the best going in the game. Just an absolute young beauty. We're hold on a sec. I'll tell you. Me and Lawrence, we're same team, right? Because us long-haired brothers, we got to stick together, right? So me and Lawrence, we're I've always been a fan. I was like, that's my guy. He's my long-haired guy. We gotta stick together. So I've always been rooting for him. He's got the flow.
He does. He has the Goldilocks.
Oh yeah, like best hair in the game right now. There's no question.
Oh, most definitely.
Drake London, another beautiful rookie. And Alexander Madison, that's a good one. Great boy. He's a stud. The guy I was just talking about, Cook, who just went to the Jets. Madison's been playing behind him. So this will be his first year getting to be the guy, which is hopefully an opportunity that pays off for him. Kyle Pitts. He's been up and down. You think he's your guy now? He's your guy, Matty?
Well, I mean, I could have picked a quarterback, but I figured I still have some time. I mean, I could have got Herbert. But I'm going to try to get my guy Dak. So I figured I'd take a tight end.
Nice. You got to remember, you got these 2 guys just hawking behind you. You got to keep those thoughts to yourself sometimes.
No.
Yeah, you said Herbert. Well,
I mean, nice to have a QB for a flex.
Wait, hold on a second. I didn't even notice Herbert. I seen Fields, I seen Burrow, I seen Lawrence go. I didn't even notice Herbert was still there. That's a great pick. Good job.
Wait, I can't find him. Wait, where's he?
Who are you looking for?
Herbert?
I took him.
Oh, you already took him.
Too late.
You missed 60 seconds. Ooh, and we're back to me coming around the corner. What do I have going on? So quarterbacks, we got Dak. No, I'm kidding. Robinson, wide right. I need a wide right. Ooh, Godwin. Man, I wish I would have taken Cooper now because Ayuk's sitting there. I could get him. I don't want both San Francisco guys though, because again, I don't want too many guys from the same team. They're just all fighting for the same points then.
Yeah, I wanted Cooper too, and then I waited too long.
Godwin might be a good pick for me. I think that one of the moves I need to make. Do I take another running back? That's the big question. I think I'm going to take Godwin just so that I got him. He's a very good player, and I was running out of time. And tight end, like, is there anybody?
I was gonna say, I've noticed that the tight end has, it depends, but I feel like there's not a lot of good tight ends that you can rely on in the
Like,
game.
there's only three. I say Kels, Andrews, and Kittle, and then these three that just went are kind of semi-reliable, and then you're just into we're into the wastelands at this point.
Yeah, the weeds, man.
Yeah.
Dobbins is, and excuse all them, they're better athletes than me, but that's just where we are in fantasy. Dobbins, like, is he going to be the guy? Is he going to do his thing? Is he not? Is Akers going to do his thing? There's so many guys you can pick from. I think I'm just going to take Dobbins. I'm really just beyond oh, no! No way! You got auto! You got auto!
He got autoed for Dak, bro. Damn.
That is Bushleague.
I did not see that one coming.
I didn't either. I thought it was for sure going to be one of these two Hawks. And out comes the auto draft to just take your soul
just
right out of nowhere, just gone.
Sorry, I got a backup plan.
Honestly, though, probably saved you from having to hate one of these guys because they were about to do it, I bet.
For no reason. They both have quarterbacks.
Yeah, just like, let's take them.
Oh, you took Kamara? Are you serious? Come on, man.
That's a good pick, man. That's a good pick. I was thinking about him.
You got me. Hold on. I got to rethink my whole situation.
Look at Kamara right now, too. He's suspended, but he'll be coming back right away. Jamal Williams is the only other guy there. Around the same age. He's a stud, but just depends.
Now what do I do?
I mean, yeah, I guess you got a good mix. You're probably leaning running back or quarterback or.
I need a running back or quarterback, but I don't know if I'm gonna wrap around if I'm gonna get a good enough quarterback. All right, you know what? How about these guys? Do they all have quarterbacks? Yes. No. Okay,
Wait, Deshaun Watson is still playing? I'm so surprised.
Yeah, no, he came back last year and played his 3 or 4 games after his suspension, and hopefully this year, I mean, he can be a top 5 guy if he does play to his potential. He's a top 5er, so see how it goes. But yeah, he did play a whole lot last year until the end.
He played
How do you think Aaron Rodgers? You think he's gonna do well this year, man? Being on the Jets?
I mean,
his schedule's tough. That's the problem, I believe.
Yeah. They've done their part to try and surround him with good players. So there's Darren Waller. I would have taken him maybe if he came back around to me.
Because the Dolphins are going to be good this year. New England's just always like right in the middle, just like 8-8 at least.
Yeah.
So, and then you have the Bills.
Trust me, I know. They're a thorn every year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I really do like the Dolphins this year. I think they're going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Tua can do his thing, they got the talent all around him with Tyreek and Waddle. And Gesicki, I thought it was so silly last year that they turned him into a blocking tight end. He was one of the best in the league and then just downhill last year. Now he's gone to New England. I'm not even sure if I really have been paying attention to who's sitting over there. I should know, but I've been so busy. Like normally I'm so up and up on what's going on with football stats and everything, but it's been so busy building this project out that I've actually really fallen behind. I'm kind of banking on my knowledge from last year. And really
the same thing, man.
Winging it as I go because I've been busy.
I know a lot about the trenches. I know Dolphins are good in the trenches because that's the most important thing when it comes to my thing. But yeah, I'm definitely like in terms of players, knowing every player. I don't know as many players as I did last year.
I should figure out. I'm gonna just grab my phone here.
You know what's funny, man? This guy's name is UNXD Mahomes, and he didn't even get Mahomes.
Mahomes, I know.
He didn't even get Mahomes. Poor guy.
But he got.
Dude, I saw that earlier.
He did get Kelsey though, so he got Mahomes number one, like the guy who's getting every ball Mahomes throws.
I went with the Super Bowl runner-up. Hurts.
I'm gonna try to be a professional and figure out how to share out my room on socials we're live for anybody on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube right now. So please give it a share. If you're watching it on replay, same thing. Share it out. Tell a friend. I love to spread the word about what we're doing with Bushleague, the whole project, whether it be fantasy or fitness or all the different business discounts. And then same as UNXD. Let's get the word out. Let's get people on that. I know there's a whole bunch more drops coming for that project in the future. And give her a share if you're checking her out. Is that what the influencers say?
Yeah, you got it good, man. This is good.
Clip it. Somebody clip it. This graphic too, it's lining up like mint with this draft board. Like it's like this is professional. This is a professional stream here. The Friends Fantasy Football graphic up above it.
It's my pick. Oh snap! I didn't even know.
You got 10 seconds, my brother.
Oh man, this isn't good.
Oh, we're gonna. I was gonna give you a mercy pause, and now you went and took Javonte Williams.
Time was running, man.
We got to. Oh, you took my man. You took my boy. We're gonna be. I'm already ready to negotiate. We'll be hitting the draft table immediately after.
Let's see the team. Your team. Dobbins, Godwin. Well, you took Gibbs from me, so we can do that trade if you want.
We can talk. What do you got that I can get? We can make it. We can do a Gibbs and Godwin maybe. Get some Adams and Williams. We got.
Okay, we'll see.
We got options. We can make things happen. I need
We'll
a piece
talk after the draft.
I need a piece of the Broncos pie. Oh, it's my pick. I'm back. Let's go.
No idea what to pick.
Try to switch screens here so I can pick. So Dobbins, Rodgers is gone. Richardson, the young stud, is there. I've been going rookie central. I might end up with Richardson here in the 7th. Pacheco. I think I know what I'm doing here. I think that I'm going to go. There's a whole bunch of studs there. I think this is going to be an easy one for me this time around. I think I'm going to go Montgomery to back up Gibbs. I got the whole squad. I got that in my Dynasty League too.
Back to back.
And then I think I'm going to come out and take Anthony Richardson. I'm going to stack another rookie. How many rookies do I got? Henry, Robinson, rookie. Gibbs, rookie. Dobbins, not a rookie, but so we got 3. We're going. I'm going all in on the Young Bucks this year. There we go. I am going to figure out how to retweet this dang thing. You can see your squad. Hey, I like how it lights up the colors. You kind of know how many you got of each and what's going on. You got a nice. Oh, you took 2. You're stacked up for the long haul. You took a.
Oh, really? Oh.
5. I mean, you're without a doubt set and ready to go though. Like you don't have to worry about a quarterback. If anything, when someone else
took my guy again
as a weaker guy gets hurt, you got a good trade chip too, right? I always like having trade chips, getting extra valuable guys, but just because you can only play one at a time, right? So for that,
so if one goes down, I can always
like you always want to have 2 though, right? So again, just I sometimes wait a little longer just to try and get more upfront players. But again, you're set. You have nothing to worry about a quarterback. And if you can prey on everybody who you see has like weak ones, now you have 2 good guys. Now you might be able to turn it into an even better player than you would have picked there a couple weeks down the road, right? So that's always kind of fun too.
I could like trade it with other people.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
You can send out offers, and again, you guys can just reach out to me anytime in the Bushleague server, and I'll be doing weekly shows on Thursdays and stuff too. But I can show you how to set up trades or do all that stuff. But it's all easy once you kind of learn the basics of it. Josh Dotson. I like how we're all kind of on this one side of the draft map for the draft here. I'm going to share some of this out, so don't mind me.
Who do I get?
We're about halfway through this sleeper draft. It's coming in on the 8th round. Halfway through. We're almost exactly halfway, actually. 7.5 rounds through 15.
Let's go, Brandon Cooks.
Sports, La Familia.
Another Dallas player.
3. Oh yeah, we're live right now. We are live.
Let's see.
TMD, we'll have to see if we're on the same. I'm trying to see if I can tag you on Twitter. We'll give you the live. Oh, there's a big run. Gibson, Penny, Burks, Rashad Penny, the Philly Eagles stash, man.
Mm-hmm. I was looking to take Thomas. They took him just in case he does something. Let's see. Maybe we'll go running back. The wide receiver. Let's see. What do we got here?
Figured out how to share.
Or how many picks do we have left?
We're in round 9, so you got about 6 left. You want to fit in a kicker and a defense. Usually somewhere near the end, I take them unless there's someone you really, really want. Then you might reach a little bit early. Crazy to see. There hasn't been. We're coming through the 8th round. There hasn't been one kicker taken, which is good. That's how it should be. The draft last night, some of these guys, I think there was 4 kickers taken already. I didn't know what was happening. It was pure
Brian Robinson.
It's so funny you say that.
What the? Hey, no, he's the best one. He's the best one. If you're gonna go early, 9th isn't bad. A kicker went
He's
in
the Messi of kickers.
kicker went in the 4th round, and it wasn't even Tucker. Someone took a random kicker in the 4th round. It was pandemonium. Oh, I'm back to back again here. Let's go. So I got Richardson last time. I cleaned that up. You sniped me, and I'm not happy about it. You on Williams there. I still
earlier, yeah.
2 rounds later, I haven't gotten over it. Who do I got for receivers? I got Godwin, Samuel. I only got 2 receivers. I should probably take another one, but out of pure spite, I'm gonna take Samaje Perine to back up that guy, and then we're going to take an absolute Hail Mary somewhere. I just don't know where. Maybe, do we take Zay Flowers from Baltimore? Or do we take, some people think Odell's going to be ripping.
I don't know, man. He's such a wild card.
Plus, he was hurt. Coming off 2 big surgeries, right?
Think Zeke's going to be ripping?
He might get some touchdown carries. I'll tell you that.
They got the young guy, though. He's been pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. Probably goal line, you know. Time's running.
I end up at Khalil Herbert. I took the Chicago guy. I got him last second, barely. See it live. You see it live. You can even see me trying to pick, I think, in the bottom corner, probably just panicking. Shot Penny, backing up Swift. If Swift can get back to his regular self, we'll be.
How many wide receivers do I have? I have 1, 2, 3. I could take another, I guess.
Devin and Kane. He's got a chance to be real good too.
Who should I guess I'll go.
Yeah, we're gonna
Sutton. What do you think of Sutton?
He's good. He was a secret player in draft one. He won one of my buddies a nice little Lynx DAO NFT. He'll be okay. It just depends if the Broncos can do anything. I mean, I want to root for them. They're my boys. It just
They should be better right with Peyton on offense at least, right?
I would hope so. It just depends if we get old Russ back. Yeah. Flowers, Beckham, Elliott went right away to Sasha. That's a good stack if he becomes him. That's a great pick.
Yeah.
Thielen, Moore, good little run there. But yeah, both Baltimore guys went. I thought about picking one of them, so they saved me that effort. McKinnon, Lazard, Williams. He's a young rookie as well, if I recall. Oh no, it's Jameson from last year. It just goes so fast there. Hey, oh, there goes all the tight ends.
Dang, 49ers
Kincaid.
gone.
Damn, they took Kincaid. I wanted to try again.
Yeah, you think he's gonna be playing ahead of Dawson Knox? Think he's taking?
I don't know, but it's late in the draft, and you could get maybe a snipe. You know, if he performs well and he's a surprise.
Yeah, that's fair.
One of those potential players. That's what I try to do late. Just try to go after guys who might have potential, you know?
Yeah, I respect it.
Oh, I'm up. Snap. All right, we're taking Dallas Cowboys defense.
Oh, he gets the Cowboys. He pulls them.
He took the Eagles. Biggest rivalry.
Oh, pause the draft. What do we got?
It's not needed, by the way. I mean.
Oh, he gets the big one. The Eagles. The hidden player. Let's go. Who sniped that? Was that you, let's say?
That was, yeah.
Live on the air. We got the live candidate. I love to see it. You'll be taking home an NFT from the Bushleague Media Treasury. Getting a nice little Lynx DAO character. Shouts to VSP for sending it over, and appreciate the community for stepping up and sending me a few things for prizes. So we'll make sure we link up. You're right here, so I can tell you right away, but we'll get that sent over to you after. But that's a hidden player, baby. I had to take an Eagles, take one of the players because like that's the squad that, you know, the likeness of your team. But I was like, they're all going to go early. I'm going to trigger this thing in the first 2 rounds. So I figured the defense was going to go eventually, and then there it went. And what do we got? The 11th round.
That's awesome.
So
how'd you know, David?
My sister's an Eagles fan, so I was like, you know what? I hope my sister, she loves football way more than I do, so she's been like a diehard Eagles fan forever. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna do it.
TMD, I see your muted there if you were trying to chat. We'll resume it in a second, but while we're pausing, I wouldn't mind taking a second to kind of go over some of the stuff with the UNXD and with that project and stuff. I know for those who are watching, obviously I've met all you guys through being involved in that NFT project. Me and Matt, we met previously in a different one, all ended up in the UNXD server, kind of talking, becoming pals. I know like, let's say as we've been at David or whatever, we've been in my server and yours, kind of back and forth, kind of enjoying what each other are doing. Obviously you've got a bunch of clothing and stuff you designed that I really love all of it. So stoked to see how that pulls together for you and Maddie doing the show and everything, but just cool to how an NFT brought us all together. Now here we are drafting randomly at one time, right? It just kind of shows the power of the tech and I think where it's going to go in the future. Really looking forward to it. I don't know how you guys came to it.
I got super lucky, man, getting into NFTs. I took a vacation to Osaka, Japan, and I ran into this DJ who I really like, who just moved there, and he told me he was doing an NFT drop on Nifty Gateway. and it just opened up this whole world to me. I was like, oh, I got to get into this more, man.
Nice. No, that's awesome. So obviously, for those that don't know, the way the UNXD collection dropped, you could get a Dolce, I guess a glass box is what it originally was, right? You could mint that, and you would get a box that you would have to reveal. And if you go into OpenSea, you can see those original boxes that have never been revealed that are sitting there. Those get you kind of access to obviously the Discord, to some of the drops that they're doing, and even some of the clothes or shirts. I guess I said I was going to pull that out at some point. There's probably no better time than now to show off mine, right? Pull that out. But that's one of the many shirts that came out of having one of these boxes. But if you go there, and if you were to ever purchase one of these, if you ever wanted one, you can then reveal it, see what you get. And for those who have one, I know you guys probably have quite a few of these, or one or two of them anyways. They end up turning into either one of these black boxes, which, if I recall, so far has been redeemable for a digital wearable, 2 actually, and then you could also redeem for a shirt or a sweater, whatever you preferred. And then if you had a glass box that was gold, that turned gold, you were able to redeem for every a shirt, a sweater, and a pair of shoes. And then some lucky enough to have platinum, obviously we're able to redeem for all that, some custom stuff. And all of these are not only that, but kind of access, from what I know, you guys kind of get invited out to some of the stuff in Milano and stuff like that, something that I want to attend eventually. I haven't been able to get out there yet, but I know some of you guys have probably been out to some of the events and stuff too. It's probably a pretty cool experience being involved with all that, eh?
Yeah, it was amazing. I went for the first time in, what was it, July, right, David?
I believe so. It's such a blur, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a little bit of a blur. But yeah, it was amazing. First time experiencing it, first time going, first time actually in Italy. So that was actually an experience in itself as well. Yeah, and they welcomed me. You know, they embraced me like I was an Italian. Like it was that like family oriented and welcoming. So it was very, very awesome. And if you get a chance to go, definitely try to go.
Nice. TMD, you're muted there. I don't know if you're there. You go. Gotcha. I wasn't trying to chat or not. So, but
yeah, I haven't yet had the chance to go on one of the events, but I hope in the future I will attend one.
Nice. Love it. No, it's awesome. I mean, part of the community is part of the community. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
We do have some cool people also that we've met through this that reside in the Netherlands. So shout out to Nina and Rico. They're from Rotterdam. I'm not sure where you reside in the Netherlands, but they, yeah, man, super cool people. Everybody that I've ever met through this has always been super amazing. Like seriously, you get that family connection instantly. So it's really an honor to be able to meet like other people and get that world view just through an NFT event.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And if my screen's still up there, I'll pop this back over for a second. But if you can see some of the shirts in that there, these were one of the redemptions we got from having the box. We were given these tokens, and as you can see, some of them, you know, they're if they've been claimed, you can see that you can go in and digitally verify that on chain. Hey, this one's been utilized, this one hasn't. They turned into exactly what they were redeemed, which is just so cool, right? Like to be involved in something like this, and get my Dolce stuff, literally picking my own sizes, picking my own designs, and then watching my token turn into it and waiting for that shirt to come is pretty cool, right? And then you can see the ones that haven't been redeemed. They have a different background, and for the record, I don't want anybody to just go out there, run out, try and grab them, think you can get this and redeem it for something. Those redemptions happen when they announce them. The past redemption is already done, so if there is another one, they will announce it. You can find that out through the Discord and all that. But it's just really cool to see the tokens and how they switch and just the technology and everything behind it, right? It's really cool. And obviously you guys, some of you I know, redeemed for a few of those, and we're wearing it. Maddie's got the red shirt. We already seen David has an entire wardrobe. It's crazy. I'm going to come shopping there for the stuff that I didn't. I
You're more than welcome.
The white stuff is so nice. I ordered everything black or red because I'm like, okay, like I'm going to have all this nice Dolce stuff. I don't want to wreck it. I don't want to get white. It'll get wrecked instantly. I get one stain, it's over. And now that I'm like, oh, I wish I did it. And I also wish I ordered really small stuff for my little girl. That's something I didn't think of because I waited till like the end to decide how much I was redeeming and not redeeming. And then just kind of ordered it all for me. And I'm like, oh, I blew it. I should have got my little girl some. So we'll have to see what kind of smalls you have. We'll hit you up. And then there was also and if anybody's live, we'll get this draft back rolling in a minute. Just want to make sure we show everybody what UNXD has got going on and everything that's happening over there, because I'm really honored to have them join us for the show and the draft and be along for the season and all that fun stuff. And then obviously the last one is Disco Drip, which I know I hold all mine still. Digital wearables that you can use in different metaverses like the Decentraland. Eventually, I mean, it's Dolce. I'm not going to say it's going to happen. I'm by no means a part of anything, just pure 100% speculation on my end. But you could see stuff like this in games and different things in the future, right? And just cool to see these different outfits we got that are literally like the first ever digital assets that Dolce put out. They even had a little first digital fashion show and stuff, which was really cool. And again, I just kind of hold on to them. It's like an heirloom of like, this is kind of where it all started. In 2 or 3 years from now, kids and people playing games will probably be doing a lot of purchasing those assets via NFTs and being able to have ownership this way, transfer it to other people, and really put power back in the hands of consumers as opposed to purely the brand. And it's really cool to see someone like Dolce doing that. One of the biggest brands in the planet, one of the most profitable brands that has no reason to need to do that, showing like how much they care and want to indulge into that ecosystem. It's really intriguing to me. But for anyone that checks that out, feel free, same thing, to hop in their Discord or anywhere, learn more all about that project and check that out. Same with Matt, he's got the Maltepes report, so make sure you check his show out too. I know he was mentioning that earlier. That'll be rolling out soon. But congrats, let's say, reach out. We'll get you hooked up with one of those NFTs. I don't have it loaded up. Normally I do. I don't want to be passwording live, but we'll get it over to you. A little Link style character. So thank you. I'm jacked up on that.
Appreciate it.
I think you're the first one to be there live in the first 2 drafts. I don't think the other person was in the draft room. So that's cool. Like next time, feel free to run around, dance a little. There's a lot of open space behind you there. But we'll take it. Thank you.
Start breakdancing.
Coming to me here again. McPherson. McPherson is the greatest name in the history of Earth. So, there you go. It's fierce. It's a pretty sweet name.
That's why I picked it.
Let's see where we left off. Moise Jones.
Where might we have to go? Bateman's still sitting there. I got a lot of running backs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I went way heavy on running backs. I should probably get a receiver or 2. I can hit the trade market after, though, probably. UNXD Hall. Who's he going to get? He's not on auto. He's there. So. Let's go! Bass, we got another kicker. Oh, I had a good kicker, though, at least Buffalo's guy. So I like, too, with the sleeper app, how it adjusts. You can always kind of see who's up top, who's picking, who's not.
This is wicked cool, man.
I think it's one of the better apps going out there. Like, I really enjoy its usability. Where do I need to go with my life? I like that you guys know my every thought by everything I click. I haven't
even been looking, to be honest.
I might have to maybe take Bateman, see if he gets a run at it, if he's going to stay ahead of Flowers or if he's not. It's hard to say.
You know what's funny? But I met him before the Dolce event in New York when they had the party. Randomly, in New York. So just funny story.
Cool.
I didn't know it was him. He was a rookie that year, and we just started talking, and then he ended up saying, I was like, what do you do? Because he asked me what I did. And he was like, I play football, basically. He was saying he's varsity for Baltimore Ravens. I was like, oh, snap.
I just play in the NFL with Lamar, no biggie.
Yeah, it was just a funny story. But yeah.
So
I should have got him, damn.
Tyler Boyd still right behind Chase here. I guess, we got T. Higgins, chilling still on the roster. Could take a running back there, maybe. Do we take a tight end? Is Tyler Higbee gonna do his thing with the Rams this year? Is he gonna be the guy? I kind of wanted. I'm gonna think that it's gonna be Dawson Knox again. I'm gonna a shot on it being Dawson Knox again in Buffalo. Is that going to be a good plan? I don't know, but
hey, there's potential though.
I mean, I left it so long. I'm in the wasteland of tight end, so it's like may as well take the best team and hope something happens. Yeah. I'll be reaching out to every one of you with some kind of trade tonight. No, I won't. I'm coming at someone for a tight end, and I'm coming at you for Javonte. There's just no question. It's happening.
Who's David gonna take? Jacoby Myers. Who am I gonna take? That's the question. That could be take Jared Goff.
Amazing, sets off the light with the Eagles. You'll love to see it.
I'm honestly really excited to see this NFT that I get from LinksDAO because I mean, I'm not a big golfer, but I've heard a lot about LinksDAO actually before even knowing that this was a possibility.
Well, yeah, and just so that you're aware too, the one that was donated to LinksDAO PFP, so it isn't the actual like LinksDAO pass to the golf course or whatever. It's one of just like the little funner character kind of parts of the ecosystem. So I don't want you to be sitting there thinking you're going around the world.
No, I just know that it's really cool that what they're doing. It's totally different than anything that I've seen.
Yeah,
and
like
it actually has a meaningful purpose.
Yeah, and I think they recently bought their first like actual golf like course, like, and now people can go there and use their membership, and they're trying to give people discounts when they go to different places around the planet, and it's pretty cool for sure. But yeah, you'll have to dive deeper into the ecosystem once you get the little character.
For sure.
Friends, fantasy football draft. It's going good. We're wrapping it, getting close to wrapping. We're a little over, what, 2/3, 3/4 of the way through. Everybody's got some stack looking squads. Everybody, like, I'll be like, there was a lot of Bushleague picks made in the draft yesterday, and I'm surprised UNXD fam is. Everybody's dialed in. Everybody looked like they hit the books. They studied a bit. They came in. Everybody's got a nice, well-rounded squad. Not that they didn't last night, but I haven't had to run off my seat 5 times wondering what's going on. Everybody's locked in.
Come on.
Looks like a lot of the guys too that were auto drafting early are all actually here joining us right now. Joining. So if you guys by any chance are there again watching live, thank you guys for popping in after too. And then the squads are all looking good over there. You guys. You were ripping. You were on the 500-yard dash. If you guys were at the NFL Combine, you'd have been tracking record speeds for a bit there. But I'm stoked you guys are back and ripping with us. But that's half the fun of it. Obviously, like us 4 guys wouldn't normally be together hanging out, dude. Something like that. It's fun, and now we'll all be kind of pestering each other a little bit back and forth now, and it adds a little camaraderie to life, which the planet needs a little more of that, right?
100%.
Man, this gold just shines, man. Look at that. Look at that finish. Big shouts to DG, though. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece of... I'm not sure of the material, so I don't want to spit out the wrong one. Let's go, team! Let's go! I just know it's comfy. Like, I was literally like, it's so comfy.
Street style looks good on you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm leveling up in the world now, right? You know, in the last few years too, though, I started wearing like I still am just like my normal like skater, like at heart. I still like that old style, but I've been like, I wear a lot more suits and stuff lately. So when the Dolce thing came around, I'm like, that's why I dabbled in. I'm like, I gotta check this out. I gotta get a little sophisticated, a little fancier. So now we're rocking Dolce.
Dude, if you ever go to Milano, let me know, man. I'll make sure they'll give you the tour of like all the couture. It's mind blowing.
I'll see what kind of fancy suits they got there. I'll get a see what I can come away with. Get a nice DG suit.
It's gonna be looking clean. Am I up now?
Rounds after this, so I don't know what I want to do. What I want to pick. One of the cool things about Sleeper 2 is a lot of times. Right after the draft, you can kind of set your lineup. Say you got a guy who's injured or questionable or something, you might be able to move him to the IR. So sometimes you can actually you might be able to take one of your roster guys, move him to that IR after the draft and fill another spot off free agency. Because how the waivers will work is you can always pick a guy up for free, $0, right? Say once a game happens on Thursday night, the Thursday night football game, and the Chiefs play. I should know the opening nighter, and I'm drawing a blank right now. But it should be the Chiefs and the Bills, but it ain't. But that opening night game happens. Everybody who plays in that game, it locks in. Those players can't be moved anymore. You can't move them in your roster. You can't trade them. If any of the guys on that team were a free agent, they're locked. You can't pick them up. After the Sunday games play, all those players and teams lock. Then there's a game on Monday night is how the NFL schedule works. That's the last game in the schedule. Once that game plays, everybody locks. Now the whole league's locked. And through Tuesday, you can put your bids in on your players. And then on Wednesday, every player is awarded, and it just repeats. It's the fantasy cycle. So as the players lock, now coming out of Wednesday, and that's so that, say the best player in the league gets injured Sunday night. It's not who was watching the game, fastest thumbs gets the player. It's now everybody gets a fair chance. Tuesday night, you put in your waiver bid, and whoever has the highest bid gets them. And so it saves, there's this layer of doing this bidding and stuff, but it saves you from feeling like you have to be like watching your phone 24/7 and not missing anything. You can just come, as long as you know the dates when the transactions are happening, come check it at the end of the week. Put in your bids, get your guys, set your roster on Thursday, and it does its thing, right?
So we have 3 picks left.
And so that's where
what is the aim now? Because this is where it's getting a little gray for me, where I'm like, okay, I have, 2 QBs, 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers. Do I need 4? Like, am I just going for people that I can like interchange?
Yeah, like so, you want to fill your bench out. Go ahead, Maddie.
So yeah, you can interchange some people, and what I do is like you can click on someone, right, and then see their profile, and on the right side there's like a little analysis you can read, and you can see, go to the depth chart. So if they're a rookie, you don't know, they might have they might be a good option, but no one knows too much about him. But he's a starting tight end, for example, right? Well, he might have some potential if the quarterback likes him and ends up going to him, targeting him a lot. So you never know. So stuff like that.
Don't lose track of that either.
It's your pick.
Oh, it's my pick?
Yeah.
All right.
And let's say if I highlight your team for a second too, obviously, yeah, you're more than set at quarterback. You got a tight end. You got 3 running backs, and you got 4. I'd probably be trying to get some running backs and another tight end, because you're going to have those weeks, right? Like you can start 3 of those positions. You're going to have a guy get injured, or you're going to have weeks where someone's not playing. And so you want to kind of fill your bench out. I think you already have a kicker. You already have a defense. You already have a tight end. I'd be filling out running backs and maybe 1 more receiver. But I'd be getting some running back depth probably, because you're going to need it.
Gonna take your advice.
Tank Bigsby. That's the greatest. That is the now, because he's a rookie, first year, actually surpasses McPherson as the greatest name. Like Tank Bigsby is like, how do you beat it?
Had to go for him, Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's go.
And now I'm going back to back, picking up on the clock here. Let's see. Mooney, that's a good pick. He's a good player. So I got Knox. So I got my team. See, I did the opposite. I picked my quarterback and my running, or my tight end a little later. I got 3 wide receivers. I probably need one. I do need a kicker and a defense. I might wait and try to get one as soon as the draft wraps up. We'll see. We got some guys sitting around. Who do I want? Only got 12 seconds left. I need a wide right. I think I'm going to end up with Rondell Moore. He's a late pick in Arizona. He's the second guy on that team, so maybe he'll end up doing something all right. And then let's check out my team. I have sitting there, I got Henry, I got Robinson, they're studs. I got Montgomery. So what a handcuff is in football too is if you have the starting guy, Gibbs, handcuff is having the backup. So if he gets injured, you already got the guy. You don't have to go out and bid on him. Just like I took the P. Ryan handcuff for Williams that I missed from him. What I think is I got Herbert. I'm going to lock up that whole team and take Donta Foreman, who might actually end up being the starter. I'm going to have both guys on that team. Now I have two teams. No matter what happens, I got their guy. That's going to hopefully help me out long term. I'm probably going to have to round it out with a kicker or something to that effect, and then make some moves, and I'll have to end up getting a defense on my squad, or a kicker, depends how I go. But that's just a positional thing I made. But for me, the way I draft my teams, and just everybody has a strategy, but I personally, I try not to overspend on kicker, defense, stuff like that. I try to use those as positions where I can throw them away if I need to when their bye weeks happen and stuff like that. And I try to get as much good players as I can so that I have that depth. Because one thing I find over the years is guys get hurt. So it's really good to have that depth. That guys get hurt more in football and in hockey than any other fantasy sport possible, right? Baseball, soccer, a lot of that stuff. The guys don't get hurt that much, right? But these contact heavy sports like that, guys are getting dusted every week, right? So you just never know. And so for me, the way I do that is I try to make sure my bench is really strong too. I mean, and sometimes you can never have it all. So I end up forgiving a lot of times kicker and defense and coming in late and hoping for something decent. But again, as we get through it, I want to thank everybody who showed. At some point, everybody showed up in the draft one way or another. Obviously, thank you guys for coming out, and I'll stay and chat with you for a few minutes after we wrap it up. But just so stoked to meet you all and do this with you guys, and for you guys to come out and join and make it happen. This tournament obviously doesn't happen without all the communities coming out and doing it and believing in me, who hasn't even launched my project yet. But that was a big part of this for me too, is like, I want to show that it works. I want to show what I'm doing. I want people to be involved and participate and not take their money or anything until I know it works. It's important to me to be like, hey, this whole thing that I'm doing, it actually works. Because you've seen so many people launch stuff that didn't, and then it never did. Like, how do you, I want people to be able to see, hey, he's put his own money, his time. There's a platform, there's a base that functions here. And then let's grow it out. And so I just thank all the communities that took the time to be a part of it too. And especially you guys, especially TMD, the 3 a.m. shift now.
Yeah.
Man, have a big old nap. So thank you so much.
Sasha's still on picking.
Yep. Sasha, last pick, Sash. Let's go. I love it. Grape too. He's napping because it's same time. He's way late over there. Same for Sash. She's got an absolutely stacked squad. She's got her kicker. She's got her tight end. She's got everything she needs. I'm interested to see who she takes on. Joe Mingo. Mingo is like the runner-up for next best name. That's awesome. Johnny Mingo. Love to see it. Carolina. He's a rookie. Great job. Great pick. And Sasha, if you're watching it all, awesome. Great team. Ask me any questions. I'll help you set any of the lineups or whatever you need. But everybody's rounding it out with some big ones. Maddie with C. Dicker. I mean, dare I put him in the name runner-up category too? I don't know.
David's focusing hard trying to find a good gem.
Oh, dude, it's more like, do I round out with another tight end so I have two tight ends? Like, I don't know what I'm doing out here. So I'm trying to make sure I'm doing the best thing I can.
Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do for you. We're gonna pause it. We're gonna save it. We got just me, you, and an auto drafter and TMD in the back end. We're gonna give you 1 extra second because you've been so kind and hang out with us the whole time. It's the least we can do at Bush League.
All right.
Let's give you a little extra time. Just think about it. See what you want to do. You want to get another running back rounder out there. You never know. Maybe you want a wide receiver. There's so many options for you.
All right. I think I know what I'm doing. I got it.
You got it? You got it?
Got
Okay,
it. I'm
let's
ready.
see. Let's see. Kareem Hunt, nice. If he gets picked up by a squad, I mean, he's one of the best in the league. If he does go to a team, undeniably, he's just so good. Yeah, I'm crazy how good he can be. You want to pause too? You need some time? What do we got? You got the same courtesy, but you're probably like oh, we get the beep. We get the beep. You made it. Zay Jones from Jacksonville. I'm surprised to see Lassay. I guess you did get Bigsby, so you got one of your Jacksonville guys. So what am I going to have to do to round it out? I mean, I could just take a player, but I absolutely would be silly because I'm going to have to drop someone. I need my kicker, my defense. I'm hoping someone turns up questionable or hurt before the season. I can put them in that spot. But I think I have to go ahead and round it out. I want a kicker, but I don't want one of you guys to get my boys. I'm going to go ahead and round it out with the Denver Broncos. Close the draft out. We did it. We made it all the way. I'm so stoked you guys did it. Awesome. So, I mean, how was the first draft? Thanks for being a part of it for Bushleague. But how was that, David TFD? You guys like it? Does it make sense now that you've gone through it? You're like, okay, I kind of get what just happened.
Yeah, I'm just kind of excited now for the games that's coming up.
No, that'd be
the leaderboards are going to go.
No, it'll be fun, man, and I'm excited to kind of show you guys my site once it gets going. Obviously, go through the Sleeper app and check out all the functionality of how that all works. And Thursdays, we're going to be live too on Thursday nights. We're going to basically halftime of every Thursday night. We're going to kick off the show as well. So some of you guys that have been on the drafted stuff with me, probably be welcome to come say hi or whatever. And some days, even on Sundays, we'll probably do a Twitter space. If I can figure out the tech, because again, I'm Bushleague. If I can figure out how to integrate a Twitter space into this, along with the Twitter live and everything else we're doing, then maybe Bushleague will take over. But for now, I tried it. The audio feedback was bad. I gave up. But I think we want to kind of be able to do some interactive stuff like that, right? And obviously be able to have people come up, talk about sports. Same as like my partner, Joel. We talked about him a little bit at the very start of that with fitness, and we'll be giving everybody fitness memberships. Obviously with him too, that's all going through the Discord and being able to come in, talk with people. And we want everybody to be able to come, meet, hang out, interact, whether it's fantasy sports, fitness, whatever we're doing, just bring people together. And then again, bring in people like you guys from all around the world and just grow and meet new people. It's super fun.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. I had fun. I remember last year you guys held Twitter space. I joined up. We were talking for a little bit. It was cool, a nice time. Yeah, it's gonna be very fun. Very good season.
I'm super excited. I can't wait to see like the workings now, like trading and getting to understand how the app works a little bit more, because that's where I'm a little more nervous. Like this, I felt a little comfortable. I'm more nervous on like what happens if somebody gets injured, the trading and all that.
Yeah, well, and they just did an update like a couple weeks ago, so it's kind of a new interface on the app. There's some things I like a lot more, some things that are in a little different positions. I know for me, when I do drafts, I almost always, no matter what sport, like doing the draft on the computer. I find it's way easier to navigate, do my thing, everything. Pretty much every sport and every app, I find it easier to manage on your phone. And especially Sleeper, I find it really easy to go on your phone, look through your lineup, see the matchups. Just super easy to go through it. I find the mobile version is so clean, and you'll be able to just kind of go through the tabs and see, okay, here's my team, here's the matchups, here's the transactions. And I'll maybe send one or two of you guys a trade, so you'll see it pop up and you'll be like, oh, what's this? This is, and you can see how you can like negotiate back and forth and have some fun. And I just see Sasha just messaging and said, thank you so much, Sasha, for helping us put this together and make it happen. Sasha. And obviously you can see Sash, because of you and running that server and helping everybody, along with Grape, who I assume is napping. you bring people like us together. You give us a place to flourish and meet and hang out, and we can't do it without you. So thank you so much for joining us and being a part of it. We really appreciate that. But no, obviously is stoked to have you guys. Any questions, reach out, hit us up in the La Famiglia Discord. I'm sure I can answer anything. I would love if you guys or anybody in the league, anybody watching, please hop in my Discord. For me, with everybody, I don't necessarily have a channel in some of the Discords. Like some I do, some I don't. The easiest thing for me is going to be to do my announcements in the Bush League Discord when it happens. And then each league, I'll send out different announcements, different stuff. I'll send out that link for the Fab rewards tracker and everything in there. And as I get through the drafts, it'll kind of hopefully all come together. It's just kind of my first year putting it together, trying to make it work. And so I thank you guys for your patience and for being a part of it this whole time.
Thanks for hosting it, man.
Yeah, seriously. Thank you so much for including the DG community into this. And shout out to you, your partners, and Bush League Media, man.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. And obviously, I look forward to doing some shopping in your D&G wardrobe in the future, maybe outfitting my little girl with one of these too. And I thank you guys all for coming. We'll take one last look at the draft board here. You guys got any, who do you think's taking it home? Who do you think's looking the strongest out there? Is there anybody beside yourself you're looking at it, you're like, man, that's a squad?
I was going to say that guy, Matt, but then he said excluding yourself.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Hey, I respect it. It's a good squad.
Let's see.
The trade for Javonte Williams might come as fast as the stream ends. So
let's see. We got Bushleague.
I think Sleeper did really good, like for having his Q set and missing the first half of it, and then he kind of rounded it out with a good bunch of picks at the end. I like kind of what he did there, because for auto drafting, he kind of set his queue up good the way he wanted it, and got all his guys there. I would say, like, Sasha honestly drafted a really good team. Same as Grape.
Yeah.
Grape needs
good too.
Grape needs a running back, but Sasha's literally like stacked. Like her team is like such a good team.
Mahomes, Jacobs, Higgins. I
think Supreme has a great team too. Everybody drafted good. Like you guys drafted a really good squad.
You got Diggs, Chubbs. Oh, he has a good team. TMD. Yeah, you got a good team, brother.
He's got a great team.
TMD has a good team.
Diggs, Chubb, Jackson. That's a good trio. And Hawkinson.
Okay.
And you got Rod.
I'm literally doing this blindfolded, to be honest with you.
And if Swift does what he should do, like
you did better blindfolded than me. And now I'm straight and doing this for years.
The only thing I see, and like Rodgers is a bit more of a stretch. Let's say getting Herbert is actually really crazy good, but like you got. I would say one of these is a good trade chip potentially, just by the way that. Like that's such good value. You can get another top guy.
David was studying about the rule changes before this.
I just remembered it. Otherwise, I would have got Jalen Hurts, man. I was ready for a lot of things, but man, I don't know. That's the only team is the Eagles. Maybe they won't be too affected by it. They'll still score a lot of touchdowns. We'll see what happens. Yeah, they're still a sick team, no doubt.
Awesome. Well, no, I thank you guys all for joining me today. I really appreciate having you guys and being here and joining us for the third ever Bush League draft. It's pretty awesome, and it's something I hope I can grow and be doing this with tons and tons of people, more and more communities. Something I want to be able to offer out too is eventually have communities be able to have as many people as they want sign up, right? Maybe not have some of the restrictions I had this year to so many people per community, and now however many people want to sign up we build out a tournament for that community based off that size. There's so much we can do and so many places it can go. And who knows, maybe one day someone will be redeeming a Bush League token for merch. Maybe even we'll get the Bush League DG someday. That's the goal, eh? 10 years from now. Let's lock that in. But now let's lower. Let's go 5. No, but really, the only way dreams can happen is with people believing in them. And so guys like you showing up and supporting me, I appreciate it. And together we'll just keep building. We'll keep building a place where we can move the world forward and just share and have fun and do things like this. So thank you guys for joining, and I'm going to play us out a little bit and catch you guys in the server. We'll have a good old time.
Thanks, brother. Take care.
Thanks, brother.
Thank
you guys.
Have a safe night.
Yes, and Maddie, thank you so much for hosting with me. Appreciate it.
Of course, man.
I hope everybody goes and checks out the Maltepe's report once you get that rolling. I'm excited to do it. I'll love to come on one day, chat about some Bush League news with you and whatever else, and look forward to that show coming out.
I look forward to bringing everyone together and having different guests, from you to David, like all these different people I've met. I think it would be very interesting, just the only thing is I want to try to keep everything in studio.
Yeah.
So if you're ever in the East Coast of the US, like, Northeast,
and
make
where
sure to hit me
exactly
up.
are you again?
Philadelphia.
Philly, yeah. So I know I'm coming out to Denver in a month or so. I forgot to mention that earlier, but I actually get to go to my first Broncos game. Let's say, sorry, he went down there. I know he was asking, but I get to go with VSP, invited a bunch of us hollow holders out. I get to go tailgating with Gary and AJ, which is going to be really, really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. And so excited for their communities to be involved in this too. And I kind of will be able to show them that. And I'm really excited to see just where that can go potentially, and just meet them. Like Gary's one of my biggest inspirations for ever doing this. So it's kind of cool how it might all come full circle through football or fantasy sports or something like that. And
it's fun.
I'll definitely come that way. Maybe we'll line it up one time. I'll check the schedule. If it's not this year, whenever the Broncos are in Philly or something, I'll come down. But
come for a game, man.
I can't convince nobody to want to come out to Saskatchewan and sit down in the studio. So I got to take this online route, but I'll come out and hang out with you one day for sure.
Yeah, man. If you ever come down, trust me, we'll have a good time. And just have a good time. And it's funny how life works. Like you were talking about all that. You never know where like life's going to take you. That's what I realized.
No, exactly. I mean, here we are. I got into NFTs 2 years ago. All of a sudden, I'm getting a Dolce box, and now here I am sitting with you in my basement chatting football. Right? It's crazy, and I just hope we all keep growing and keep having fun, new experiences like that.
Yeah, man. It's exciting. It's exciting.
Cool. Well, thank you, Matt. You have a good night, and we'll get you around the league and everywhere else, man. Stay Bushleague, brother.
Will do.
As for everybody else, thank you all for joining us. We're going to be back with a few more drafts later. I want to thank everybody from UNXD and the Dolce community that came out. La Famiglia, I love you guys. Thanks for coming out and doing this draft with me. I look forward to doing more. We're going to be incorporating all kinds of different things. Each and every one of you that joined that draft is going to be getting a Bush League membership token. Going to get you discounts to all kinds of different businesses, access to join these fantasy leagues for a couple years for free, and of course, access to my partner Joel's online workouts. We'll have that website live in a few months. I cannot wait to show you that. Again, let's bring people together. Let's help them get healthy. Let's have a good old time, and especially with fantasy sports, there's no better way to bring people together. So without further ado, I want to get out of your hair. You're probably sick of listening to me. Thanks everybody for being here. We'll catch you all next week. It's been a great time. We're going to keep doing this. Stay Bush League, you beauties.
Oh. Yes, sir.
Yep.
It's the doggy.
Like we're like this.
Yeah. Come on.
And a little bit.
You walking around the sandbox. Come to my neighborhood. Pull up to the mansion. This how we do it, y'all. Yes, sir.